When it comes to having a diverse sports scene, there are a few prerequisites such as natural landscapes, traditions, and great weather, among others, and Japan ticks all these boxes. From traditional martial arts to international leagues, Japan caters to all ages, interests, and skill levels. In this video, we will talk about the top 4 most popular sports in Japan. But before we start, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Number 4. Tennis. The 1800s saw many sports introduced to Japan, and tennis is one of them. In the same year tennis was introduced, Western-style physical education was also introduced to the country, and tennis was widely taught as a physical activity rather than a competitive sport. However, the expense of procuring materials for standard tennis balls led to the development of soft tennis, which uses a flexible, all-rubber ball. By 1886, soft tennis was a standard form of the sport played in Japan, and it is still taught in public schools across the country to this day. Tennis has taken a prominent place in Japanese culture. It was in tennis that Japan won its very first Olympic medals, and to date, numerous Japanese players are ranked among the top in the world. Tennis is also the longest-running professional men's tournament in Asia. The Japan Open is held annually in Tokyo. Top talent from around the world gathers at the Ariake Coliseum to compete. You can schedule your trip to Japan during the first week of October to catch a glimpse of your favorite tennis player. The stadium is conveniently located near Odaiba, with access to train lines to get you to and from the venue. But if you'd rather not stay too far, there are plenty of hotels in the area for you to unwind. Number 3. Football, otherwise called soccer. This sport has been known in Japan for over 1,000 years, though it was known then as kickball. Then, the modern version of the sport was brought to the country in the 1800s. The sport has skyrocketed in popularity since then. Japan has had a national soccer team since the early 1900s and competes regularly in the Olympic Games, the AFC Asian Cup, and the FIFA World Cup. While you may be hard-pressed to catch the national team, Samurai Blue, during your visit, you can still watch the J1 League soccer games in Japan. The J1 League is the highest level of professional football in Japan, with games played between February and November. I am sure you watched the Blue Samurai play top countries in the just-concluded FIFA World Cup 2022, and they were a joy to watch as they defeated mighty Germany and Spain. Number 2. Sumo wrestling. The national sport of Japan is considered to be sumo wrestling. This form of martial arts originated in the 1600s from a Shinto ritual in which a human wrestled a god, and professional tournaments began towards the end of the 17th century. Unlike other wrestling sports, there are no weight classes in sumo wrestling. Rather, competitors draw on technical skills, speed, and agility to beat their opponents. The highest-ranking sumo wrestler is known as a yokozuna, and surprisingly, no Japanese wrestler held the title at the global level between 2000 and 2016, with Mongolia producing several yokozuna athletes. To this day, annual sumo tournaments are held throughout Japan. There are 6 major sumo tournaments, 3 in Tokyo, 1 in Aichi, 1 in Osaka, and 1 in Fukuoka, with each tournament spanning 15 days. So you may be lucky enough to catch a major event during your visit. And unlike many other sports on this list, Japan is the only country where this sport is practiced professionally, so a sumo wrestling tournament is an absolute must-do when you visit Japan. Number 1. Baseball. Japan's most popular sport is baseball, which was first played in the late 1800s. Baseball is to Japan what football is to Australia, with energetic fans filling some of the country's largest stadiums to cheer on their favorite team. Japan's professional baseball teams are some of the highest ranked in the world. Even high school baseball is taken very seriously in Japan, with the National High School Baseball Championships being a much-watched event every summer. A trip to Japan during the warmer months will align with the baseball season, which runs from March to October. For one of the most exciting experiences you'll have in Japan, don the local team's colors and head to a baseball game. And wraps up the best sports in Japan. Whenever you visit Japan, which one will you take part in? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, if you haven't already, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the subsequent videos.